Hello everyone, welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we're going to shoot this 700 grain bullet. It's a 700 grain bullet out of this 5110. We're going to shoot it out of this 1886 into this ballistic gel and see if we go through all three of these blocks or what it'll do. So we're going to also, at the end of this video, we're going to roll in last video with this 700 grain bullet so you can see what it did against some old books. And so we're going to roll that in here. Let's get set up and shoot this into this ballistic gel and see what happens. All right, 5110 with the 700 grain bullet. All right, the 5110 with the 700 grain bullet. These bad boys kick like crazy. Let's see what they did. So that was 1732. I loaded it down just a little bit. Okay. It looks like it just had a clean blast through there. Come right through this one, come down, oh boy, well, oh, this is it right here. Hot dog, hot, because that thing's hot, so I'm assuming that's it. All right, now that 700 grain bullet entered in through here. It curved down. It went through this, and you see this chunk come off. It went up here, but it come down this direction. Another chunk come off right there. You kind of leveled out, went this direction, arched down, come through here. You see a little bump up right there. So I'm assuming the bullet stopped right there. Well, actually, you can see scratch marks going on out. So anyhow, it come out, but it was laying right over there. So I'm assuming it basically went all the way through it. It was laying right there. And so that's all three gel blocks of penetration. Plus this is a really good size wound cavity there. Basically through the first block. So that's a lot of power. And it went all the way through. So basically you have 4 feet of penetration, because they're a little bit bigger down toward there. So 4 feet of penetration roughly. And here's that bullet. 700 grain bullet. Let's see how much it weighs now. Not too bad at all. It also expanded out to 7/8 of an inch. Today we are shooting 700 grain bullets. This big old 700 grain bullet out of this 1886 Winchester in 5110 is producing more TKO than even a 460 Weatherby. Now the 460 Weatherby produces between 80, 88 and 91 TKO. This produces 92 TKO with the 700 grain bullet, but we're doing two different bullets. One, well, the same bullet, but two different loads. One load is subsonic, and we're going to see what it does to these books that was given to us by somebody that wanted us to shoot them. And so we're going to shoot one at full house load and one of them at subsonic, and just see what they do to these books. Like I said, out of this 1886 Winchester, and this is in caliber 5110. This is a new production gun. I had it rebarreled to 5110, which the actual original guns did come in that caliber, but the new ones don't. Not well, you can get them from Turnbull, but that's the only place. So anyhow, and there's not a lot of, I didn't have to do a lot of modifications. The tube's the same, barrels, I got a new barrel for it. The internal action, most of the stuff is the same. It's just you can get the stuff for the 348, which will work fine with the 5110. So let's get set up and shoot this and see what happens. All right, we're going to shoot the subsonic bullet up first and see what it does. I'm going to shoot it on the right. And then it's going, I mean, it was almost going sonic. Now we're going to shoot the full house load and see what it does. A lot more recoil with that one. All right, so the subsonic went through there, the full house load went through there. And you can stick your finger in that one, you can't do nothing with that one. This one here, you could stick your finger all the way through there. So that's the difference between subsonic and full house. This one here, it's really tearing it up good. So that's 3 books. Here is the 4th book. Subsonic still going through small. This one here is tearing a big old hole. Okay, so that's your 4th. Now your 5th book. Both of them still trucking. 6th book. Oh, the 6th book, only the subsonic's still going. 7th book, the subsonic's still going. And there's the subsonic bullet right there. Which, you know, subsonic will go through more because it's not damaging the bullet near as much. So we had a total with the subsonic 7, and it went all the way through the 8th because it penetrated into the 9th book. And the full house load stopped in this one here. It stopped in the 6th one. It's tearing it up pretty good. There it is right there. It actually mushroomed out really good. We might need to shoot that into some Ballistic Gelatin, see what that 700 grain bullet will do. It actually mushroomed out really good. We'll set that one right there. That's quite a bit of penetration there. 6 books. But the subsonic kept on trucking through 2 more books. And of course it isn't much different than it started out. So let's see what those bullets weigh. The subsonic bullet weighs 702 grains, started out 705. The one that mushroomed out Gotta get some of that paper out of there so I don't give it a false reading. It weighs 626.7 grains, and it started out 707. So let's get a measurement on that, see how much it expanded. Let's see what we got here as far as expansion goes. I think that's going to be the biggest angle, and it looks like 1 1/8 inches. 1 1/8 inches, pretty good expansion. We may. Okay, just taking a look here. You got your 700 grain bullet, then you got a 45 Colt bullet, and then you got your 45-70, and then you got your 5110, and here's those two that we shot.